entire situation was incredibly alarming.
Tonight on DC News Now, a judge has stopped the deportation of a Georgetown University researcher, the latest on his immigration case.
A major development coming to DC, bringing thousands of jobs. How the new health and wellness destination will benefit historic Anacostia.
The rain has moved on, but the wind is sticking around. We'll let you know how long coming up.
Yeah, it started in the garage, so I used to make everything by hand.
Maryland's Crop 5 heading into the madness. It has a Terrapin fan cashing in on the excitement. We begin with breaking news. 2 new cases of the measles in Maryland. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now. I'm Susan Tran.
And I'm Chris Flanagan. Now, DC health officials say they're monitoring potential exposures in the district.
Now, the 2 new patients in Maryland, they did travel out of the country. Health officials say they flew into Dulles Airport. They were in the arrivals area and baggage claim all on March 5th. Now, they also say that the 2 were at DCA. They used a terminal shuttle bus on March 14th. Also on March 14th, they rode on the Metro Yellow Line train from DCA to L'Enfant Plaza, then got onto the Silver Line heading towards downtown Largo. Virginia health officials say that they're also monitoring any potential exposures. Right now, the CDC says there's roughly 300 patients with the measles in the country. Now, if you are unvaccinated and believe you've been exposed, you're urged to call your healthcare provider. We are continuing to monitor this public health concern. We have a number of stories for you, including the latest cases of the measles. Find out if you need a booster shot and learn about the symptoms. We put all that information on our website, dcnewsnow.com.
And we're following more breaking news now at 9. A judge just ruled to stop the deportation of Georgetown researcher Badr al-Qasiri. Dr. Siri was detained outside of his Arlington County home on Monday. Now, Trump administration officials are saying he has actively spread Hamas propaganda, but Dr. Siri's attorneys say detaining him was retaliatory and unjust. DC News Now's Max Marcilla joining us live from Georgetown University. And Max, you spoke with the Virginia ACLU, which is representing Dr. Siri. What'd they say?
Well, Chris, they're concerned about his detention. They say because he hasn't been charged with a crime, they view these efforts as unconstitutional.
The entire situation was incredibly alarming.
The Virginia ACLU is sharing its concern as one of their clients, a Georgetown University researcher, remains in an immigration detention facility. Badr Khan-Suri, detained by Homeland Security agents on Monday outside of his Arlington home. His attorneys writing it was based on his family connections and constitutionally protected free speech.
It should be completely outrageous and disturbing to anybody in this country that, anyone based on their speech can be basically whisked away at night.
Suri is a citizen of India but came to the U.S. in 2022 on a J-1 visa. He's married to an American-born Palestinian, both of whom have been vocal about their support of Palestine. Homeland Security Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin accuses Suri of having close connections to a senior advisor to Hamas. Suri's attorneys say his wife's father is a former political advisor to the Prime Minister of Gaza.
The idea that Dr. Suri is being punished because of somebody that he's related to his wife is pretty tenuous and very concerning.
The university tells DC News Now in a statement it's not aware of Suri engaging in any illegal activity, saying, "We support our community members' rights to free and open inquiry, deliberation, and debate, even if the underlying ideas may be difficult, controversial, or objectionable." In a court filing from Thursday, Suri's wife writes, "I feel completely unsafe and can't stop looking at the door, terrified that someone else will come and take me and the children away as well." And while this case plays out in court, Chris and Susan, we're learning that Suri's attorneys are trying to get him brought back to Virginia to be closer to not only his legal counsel, but also his wife and 3 children. Reporting live at Georgetown University, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
All right, Max, thanks for that update. We are one step closer to peak bloom, my friends. The National Park Service announcing that the cherry blossoms, they have reached stage 4. We are 2/3 of the way there.
Nice.
Now, this is when you can see these pink buds really pronounced here, and they're going to continue revealing their color as we hit Stage 5, and they're going to puff up a little bit, and then peak bloom expected to start around March 28th.
Yeah, it is so exciting. It is also the official start of the National Cherry Blossom Festival. The festival commemorates cherry trees that Japan gifted us more than 100 years ago. The official opening ceremony, by the way, is Saturday. So much happening, and boy, the trees are so beautiful right now.
I know. I'm tickled pink by it all there.
Oh,
Certainly.
yes.
All right, meteorologist Scott Sumner in for Janessa tonight, and those cherry blossoms get a little bit of a drink tonight.
Yeah, they did. They got a little bit of a soaking, something they could use. Now, let's hope they stay on the tree because the winds are howling out there.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Oh, that would be bad.
Yeah, that would be awful. You know, you accomplish something and then it gets dismantled quite rapidly. All right, let's take a look at what we have, first of all, outside. Overcast skies, 56 degrees is what our current temperature is. Boy, what a difference. We were sitting at 79. 79. Goodness, 23 degrees warmer here at 2:40 in the afternoon. And we're not done yet, folks. We're not done. Those temperatures are going to continue to fall. Look at this, dropping down into the upper 30s here in the district. A lot cooler outside the area, into the middle and upper 20s in some of the higher elevations overnight tonight. We do have those winds that are out there gusting. The rain is still around, but it's the bulk of the heaviest stuff is moving out over towards the Delaware area. The D.C. is sitting at 37 with a wind gust, 40 at Leesburg right now, 39 at Cumberland and Kaiser, 23 at Hagerstown, 28 at Martinsburg. So there you go. You see it. And we've got these strong winds for Friday as well. Some showers over the weekend potentially, but we'll talk more about that and show you the 7-day coming up in just a bit.
Well, you see here President Trump signing an executive order to dismantle the Education Department. He says this will shift power from the federal government to the states. But the Education Department is responsible for giving states billions in federal aid.
It also helps to regulate services for students ranging from children with disabilities and low-income families. So educators and families, they fear all of those much-needed services will now disappear. The White House says getting rid of the agency was needed due to poor test scores and the cost of operating the department, but insists dismantling it will have no impact on services for students.
Probably the cost will be half, and the education will be maybe many, many times better.
Speech therapy and all that, that's going to cost the parents money, which a lot of the kids in my district, parents can't pay for this stuff.
Now, the president can't completely eliminate the Department of Education. That would take an act of Congress, but the administration is doing as much as possible, including cutting nearly half of the department's staff. That happened earlier this month.
Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin is supporting President Trump's executive order, saying in part, Virginia is ready to take full responsibility for K-12 education. He goes on, we welcome the federal government's shift of responsibility to the states, and we are grateful that President Trump's executive order does just that.
D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser also writing, we are currently reviewing all executive actions, orders, and federal agency memos to better understand potential impacts. We also reached out to Maryland's Governor, Wes Moore, and have not heard back yet.
Well, in the district, 3 men shot in Southeast today. It happened on 9th Street near an early childhood academy public charter school. Still unclear what led to the shooting, and no arrests have been made. Of course, we'll bring you updates both here on air and online as we learn more.
New tonight in the district, police are looking for 2 suspects who broke into a store in Northwest. Take a look. They're showing the surveillance video where you can see one person grabbing what looked like a cash box while the other person was pulling things out of the cooler. And you can see that happening right here. Police say it happened last Thursday on Florida Avenue. If you have any information, investigators want to hear from you.
We have an update on the missing college student from Northern Virginia. The man believed to be the last person to see Sudiksha Kananki in the Dominican Republic has been allowed to fly back home to Iowa. A judge says there's no longer a need to keep Joshua Reeby, who is only a person of interest, and he has fully cooperated in the investigation. Investigators and Kananki's family now believe she drowned. The University of Pittsburgh student disappeared 2 weeks ago while on spring break with friends.
New tonight in the district, federal investigators pinning part of the blame on Maryland's Transportation Authority for the collapse of the Key Bridge. The NTSB says the tragedy could have been prevented if state leaders did the recommended vulnerability assessment on the bridge. They were instructed to do so back in 2009. Investigators say Maryland would have found the Key Bridge was at far greater risk of collapsing and could have proactively worked to make it safer.
They ran the calculation on the Francis Scott Key Bridge. The MDTA would have been aware that the bridge was almost 30 times greater than the risk threshold AASHTO sets for critical essential bridges.
A cargo ship took down the Baltimore Bridge last March, killing 6 construction workers. The NTSB says dozens of bridges all across the country are in need of these safety inspections, including the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. Let's turn our attention to March Madness, shall we? It is in full swing. The Maryland Terrapins are gearing up for their first round matchup against Grand Canyon.
Yeah, it should be a good one, right? Brenna Green with our sister station talked with some of the Terps ahead of practice today as they get ready for Friday's tip-off out in Seattle.
It's a topic that's been talked about to the point where you could almost use the word ad nauseum with this Maryland team this year, but we have to talk about it again considering their last game. Maryland has lost 4 games with a combined 7.8 seconds left on the clock this year. 2 of those games were just straight buzzer beater shots. The last one coming against Michigan in the Big Ten tournament. So their last game, that shot came with 0.4 seconds left on the clock. Obviously not something a lot of players in the locker room want to talk about, but it has to be discussed. Here's an insane fact. Maryland's last loss that didn't come from a game winner in the last 10 seconds was to Oregon on January 5th. Ironically, the Ducks here at this tournament site as well, albeit they are in a different 4-game pod than the Terps. I've got some bad news for Maryland fans. Grand Canyon has hit 2 game winners this year, albeit they came during their non-con schedule, the last one coming on December 22nd. I had to ask the Terp players about that pesky buzzer beater topic in the locker room, even if it isn't their favorite thing to discuss.
I mean, like, we lost every way possible, had full court shot. We lost from 0.6. We lost off a bank 3, and we lost off a full court layup. So it's almost every way we can lose by, and we know like what to do in those positions now.
I mean, of course, there's a possibility every game we play, but we just we learn from it, those situations, and just get better from it.
This team certainly seems ready to put this narrative behind them. Maryland and Grand Canyon tip-off in Seattle at 4:35 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow on TBS. We'll have you covered all tournament long. Reporting at Climate Pledge Arena, I'm Brenna Green.